time. We're 1-1. And it's Spider-Man versus Gollum.
What?
Cody Hall versus some bearded guy. I don't know who the other guy is.
Gollum doesn't have beard, so why would you call him?
Kind of looks kind of like Gollum.
No.
I think so.
No.
I don't think I'm making this up.
I think you are, because you're you and you make shit up.
So, yeah. Who's this other guy? Like an old producer or something?
He was in the Schmoedown last year. He beat Mark Bernard in at the end of the season. And then they were doing that in the spectacular. It's like, Cody, my boy! And then,
well, I guess let's do this.
Alright.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about the Patreon, you guys have a chance to support the Schmoedown. Now, myself, Mark Ellis, we've taken over the production. Basically, you guys have 16 tiers to choose from. We're trying to give back to the fans. Go and check it out right there. If you want to support the Schmoedown by becoming a patron today, go ahead and do it. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you've given us. And yeah, there's some really crazy tiers in there. I'd love to get your opinions on it. Now, go enjoy the match. Go, do it. It's a good match, for God's sakes.
Oh, so back to red.
Yeah, that's Gollum right there, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yay!
welcome back to the movie trivia.
That's up for a little longer.
I am Mark Ellis. They call me baby carrots around these parts. Right over here is Ken Knapsack. Ken, what a matchup we have today. Two of the best competitors in Schmoedown history are not here today, but Lon Harris and Cody Hall.
I can sense your tone in what you're saying there. I see the subtext. You are insinuating that the Professor Lon Harris, one of the most intelligent competitors ever to grace us here in the Schmoedown, is picking on Cody Hall. I've heard you talking in the pre-production. I've heard you talking off air. You are disparaging Cody with that kind of tone because this is an amazing competitor.
Look, the guy won a nice poll on Facebook, okay? He won the movie trivia Schmoedown. We had a poll, who's the prospect to watch this season? And Lon Harris did win that. He beat Mark Bernard in his first match. But he's been doing nothing but needling and harassing and being very passive-aggressive about such a task to Cody Hall. Cody Hall is somebody who, I didn't even know he's seen a movie. And now Lon Harris is challenging. He's saying all these things about Cody. Lon Harris is an up-and-coming prospect in here. But Cody Hall,
probably Lon Harris.
In sports terms, this is like the 1976 Buccaneers, probably you young kids like the recent Cleveland Browns. It's a really bad orange team at football.
John McKay was their coach. They went 0-14. Doug Williams was the quarterback. I get the reference. All right. Season 5 of the Schmoedown is one of the first supported by the fans directly. We got the Patreon page. It's going strong. I'd love to see all the support. But what that means, Mr. Ellis, is that new things will happen here. New competitors will break out, and the Professor is one of those competitors. He took on Mark Bernard last year, a great competitor. He showed him his lunch, looked at it, put Bernard's face in it, moved it around, and then after the match, gave Cody Hall the opportunity of a lifetime, and that's what we're here today to watch.
Well, you seem really high on Lon the Professor. I will say this. I think that this match puts a lot more pressure on Mr. Harris than it does on Cody Hall. Because if Lon wins today, he's supposed to win. You challenge poor Cody Hall. He's never seen a picture in his life. But if Cody wins, Lon Harris may never live down the embarrassment. Oh boy, the fist and fur are going to fly today.
Look, all right, Cody Hall hasn't competed since 2014. What's going on in Cody's head? This is the pressure mounting on him. Do I really belong here?
Oh yeah, he
got
destroyed.
Quit and ran away? No. This is all Cody. This is the pressure building in his brain. It's not the Professor. The Professor feels no pressure.
Well, maybe we let the fans decide because they were doing some yapping pregame. Here's a quick clip of how these matchups feel going into the competitors. Huh?
So I'm back in the Schmoedown. Honestly, I had no idea. I thought I said
just Spider-Man.
Very bad at this. And then out of nowhere, this Lon Harris guy, who I've never met in my entire life, just decides to call me out after having like one of the best first matches ever.
Professor.
I don't know, it's like LeBron James winning Rookie of the Year.
I don't see Gollum.
One-on-one. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, I think that
Tyler Gollum right here.
I'm impressed with my first appearance on the show because there's so
desperate for someone to come in who can speak about film in a thoughtful and educated and worldly way. I think we've had so many competitors come through who was like, oh yes, it's Iron Man has his Mach 20 suit and his Mike 40 suit, and oh, which hero is going to cross over with which hero in the Turtle movies, and finally, like a breath of fresh air, the professor has come to bring the world of film to Schmoedown fans.
Do I think I'm going to win? No, that's an actual question. You're actually okay. Honestly, I'll be surprised if I get 2 questions right. And if I do end up winning this, it's one of the greatest achievements in mankind. I mean, right up there with the moon landing, the invention of the wheel, the first time we all saw JT's Patriots poncho. I'm trying to help. It's a mark to how poor things have gotten that my attempts to uplift this young man of promise and to bring him to a new level where he's able to experience the world, that is seen as harassment. It's a really sad testament to the movie Trivia Schmoedown. So I'm at the Spectacular just minding my own business, and this guy, again, Lon, a person I've never met in my life, just following me around, just harassing me, constantly asking me all these questions, and I got fed up with it, and fine, I guess he won. I'm playing him now. Congratulations, Lon.
Cody, I feel for you. I do, that you've been let down by so many. You've been let down by parents, peers, the Schmoedown, a system that just doesn't care about the way that you've been wallowing in ignorance, and that is why today, Cody, I'm delighted to teach you a lesson.
Lon, you're probably going to kick my ass today, but if you don't, it's going to be one of the greatest things that's ever happened in the student you can become the master. Go Wangers, yeah!
Woo, Wangers!
Can you see that? Lon Harris very, very cocky, as you might surmise, and Cody Hall looking happy to be here, but I also can sense a little bit of fire in that belly of his.
Of Cody Hall? That looked like fire to you?
Yeah.
It looked like he got detention, but that this wasn't a cute 80s movie where there's a song and a dance going on. He just looked like he was in trouble. The professor is clearly gracing us with his presence. I am thankful that he is here to bring some intelligent film discussion to the Schmoedown.
Well, I am not on his payroll like you apparently are, but we do have a tale of the tape. Believe it or not, Cody Hall does have some strengths in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, and we're going to see what those are right now. Ken tells about each one of these fellas.
Cody Hall, who, by the way, has a record of 0-1, his strengths include comic book movies, horror movies, and Pixar movies. Oh, what are you, millennial? Again. The Professor, Lon Harris, his strengths include classics, fantasy sci-fi, and German expressionist film. This is a real competitor.
Do we have a German, I'm getting the notes, we do not have a German expressionist wheel slice. However, that there wheel that's going to be appearing in round 2 does have some of the strengths and maybe a weakness or two of each one of the competitors. I am ready to go. I am so excited about Cody Hall possibly upsetting Lon the Professor Harris.
You know what, Mark? I'm ready too. It's going to be a great match. You ready? I'm ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown!
Woo! Woo!
Introducing first, representing the Wangers, with a record of 0 wins. I say 0 wins. And 1 defeat, weighed in at 105 pounds with his wallet, the wrestler, Cody Hall!
Dude's gone!
Getting the curtains for is everything okay? Whoa, God, a lot of aggression there. Cody handling it coolly, walking out with a Space Jam jersey. That is Michael Jeffrey Jordan from the Toon Squad.
All right, we see Copster almost couldn't fit through that curtain with those shoulders there. All right.
The broad shoulders of Copster, are they large enough to carry Cody Hall onto victory today?
His opponent, representing the School of the Elite, with a record of 1 glorious
Little Gangster's Paradise.
He is the Professor Lon Harris.
He's giving tests.
Apparently there's some sort of a quiz. Is this a pop quiz, Ken? Do we know this is happening?
He's handed out his cell phone for Cody He has assigned Cody certain books to read, including his own book, The Guide to Extremely Basic Concepts for Cody Hall, 5th edition, pages 176 to 190.
Now, this
Make sure you get the 4th edition.
This is a very detailed syllabus of the class that Lon Harris has prepared for Cody Hall. Lon, would you like us to read the course description, or would you like to take the...
Oh, I did not say, but I handed out all the syllabi.
Oh, you can gladly have mine. Please, by all means, take mine.
You're going to need that. You're going to need that.
Okay, look, I will read off very quickly for the audience before we begin. This is the course description of the class that the professor has so kindly prepared for Cody Hall. This course provides an overview of the traditional 20th century film canon with an emphasis on classic significant films that Cody Hall has never seen. So essentially, every film that does not feature adolescent mutated reptiles that have somehow defies all logic acquired martial arts skills. By the end of the semester, Mr. Hall should demonstrate baseline proficiency and understanding in film theory with a rudimentary knowledge of films that don't feature interstellar vehicle impersonating robots for the love of God. That sounds like a pretty intense class.
I like it.
Next time, remind me, we need to work on your elocution. You got it, you project from the diaphragm. From the diaphragm.
Wow.
He'll get it. All right. I am ready. If you want to read the competitors the rules or state them to Cody, if you need Copter to explain them in detail, let us know.
Let me elocute the rules for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Not used properly. Not used properly.
In round number 1, each competitor is going to hear 8 questions from 8 different film categories. Each question is worth 1 point. As soon as we ask the question up here at the answer desk, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. When we ask you to reveal your answer, please show your whiteboard to our television cameras at the same time you verbalize it into the microphone right in front of you. Each question, again, is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is obviously no stealing in round 1. If a competitor should get all 8 questions right in round 1, you will be asked a bonus question that is to you and to you only. Keep in mind you do have JTE rules and challenges that can be used throughout the duration of the 3-round match.
Competitors, do you understand the rules?
No.
You think so?
Do you accept them? All right.
I do
Then
not accept them.
Let's get ready to Schmoedown!
That was long.
3 rounds!
Probably for the Easy Day Show. That's why it's hard to do that.
All right, here we are. Kicking off things. Lon, you came out to the Dangerous Minds theme song. Are you indicating that you are also a former Marine professor?
I'm a beautiful, alluring professor.
He's a beautiful vibe.
All right, to each
Get it?
their own. In the first category, the world of animated movies. These are movies that are drawn by hand or otherwise. Ants and A Bug's Life. Both came out in 1998. But which film was theatrically released first?
1998 was a great year for me. I full
Well,
hair.
you know, anime movies is so
Pretty
fucking
impressive.
broad.
50-50 shot here, and we go
So
to
many
5,
freaking animated movies.
4, 3, 2,
I like them both.
Lon Harris,
Ants
your
good
attempt at
too.
an answer.
I believe the first film to come out was Ants.
That is correct for 1 point. Cody Hall, what did you have?
I got it right too. Yeah.
For sure it was a both.
Well, that because people don't like ants that much because they're supposed to do that. Just like when Olympus is Fallen and the other one came
You're
out.
rooting for the
White House
other.
Down. That's like when Brian Calipari hits a shot.
That right? It was 50%. It was
Doesn't
the
matter,
answer is
still
50.
correct.
All right. Question number 2 coming in. This is in the category of comedy. Comedies,
Ugh.
the Yuck Yuck Pictures. What number are Bill and Ted thinking of when they play the guessing game with their future selves in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Okay, still thinking about that one. Professor Cody Hall seems to know his math better than Lon Harris.
Sync the audio
4,
every fucking time
3,
he does that.
2, 1. Cody Hall.
We'll go 69.
That is correct.
Should have thought dirty.
It's actually 69, dude.
Can we? Is that a half point more? Is that a half point? Can I? No?
Getting the no sign from the judges, so tied at 2-2. Cody does not seem to be fazed by the overall favoritism of the professor from the fans at large. He does seem to have the home crowd advantage here. Our next category comes from what this match has already
I just love
provided
those
us.
little JT
Drama.
heads.
Your question is, Matt Damon and Ed Norton play cards to pay off their gambling debt in what film? You ever had a gambling debt that you paid off with
I've seen this
playing
one.
cards?
Not yet. I'm still working on it.
I like them
We
both.
go to
I
5,
need to watch this movie.
4, 3, 2, 1. The Professor, your answer.
I believe the film is Rounder.
Give the man a point. Cody Hall.
It was Rounders.
That's a big guess. I was going to say The Gambler, but I was like, that was like that.
So, this might be the Schmoedown. Cody's actually chanted for a competitor. That either means Cody is great or nobody thought he would win.
Question 4, category horror thriller. Who played the serial killer Stuntman Mike in Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof?
Oh.
Make that Q man, huh?
He's
You want him to do a Star Trek movie? Here's
foul language. I don't approve of foul language.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cody Hall.
Is that Kurt Russell?
Yep. For some reason, I had Jeff Bridges in my head. And I could not get him the fuck out.
I do that too. Remember in all my reviews, I was like, Jeff Bridges was really good at that movie.
Cody's learning a little bit something about how to become a man through.
Never seen it.
Actually, a team up.
Not going to watch it for the Tarantino
I don't think that's
marathon.
what it's all about. Number 5, your category is action adventure. Competitors action adventure, and your question therein. Who directed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol? Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. That Tom Cruise keeps doing stuff and he keeps getting injured. Yeah.
Well, you know, that happens when you're in your 50s and you're jumping from planes.
5, 4, 3,
Yes, maybe out this year.
1. Professor.
The answer is Brad Pitt.
That's correct.
You got that one right. Can Cody Hall that?
That's why I was my original.
I forget Brad Bird did one. I was like, I knew it wasn't J.J. Abrams because he
Cody
was
to
responsible
write
for
the
3.
questions. It's much easier for him to get them correct.
Regardless of who.
I like that.
5 and
Oh, you guys don't
5.
like that?
Question 6, category is family films. What your parents are going to watch
Oh,
tonight,
family.
Cody. Who played the Queen in the 2012 film Mirror Mirror?
Oh boy, did I fall in love with that movie. Yeah, that popular movie in Schmoes No War. Yeah. Christian was more level-headed about it. Me, fell in love. I was wrapped up in a world of adventure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
That's a good guess.
Me too.
What do you got?
Julia Roberts? No.
That is correct.
I said a hell of a good one.
Professor.
I've not seen this juvenile film. I guess Kate Blanchett.
It's over! The game's
Sir, come back and get my eraser.
Oh, he's right.
I would like everyone in the studio and at home to know that that was not a win. Cody Hall did not win. This is the only Topster.
Cody Hall, I think it's perfect, bro.
Favorite movies of all time, Saving Silverman, the Steve Zahn character, to the Jason Biggs.
God, that's hilarious.
Against who would be Amanda P. Now we have 2 questions left in
funny.
round number 1. And Cody Hall, against all odds, still pitching a perfect game. 2 more questions correctly, and he gets a bonus question just to himself. Your next category, romantic comedies. Romantic comedies.
Still looking for a
Your
point.
question is, who does Sandra Bullock romance in The Proposal?
Don't smell it.
Need the actor's name?
Finally.
You would prefer the actor's name.
Jesus Christ.
Good character names, man.
See, amazing if you knew the character.
I don't.
Go ahead.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down.
The Professor.
Deadpool.
Really wish we would get some films that aren't American films from the last few years, but I guess Chris O'Donnell?
Incorrect.
He can't be stopped!
Never heard of the movie. Fucking Sandy. It's a
And
good one.
Cody Hall
Okay.
is 1 answer away from pitching a
I don't really like
perfect
Sandra Bullock.
round. Don't worry, crowd. We got it under control up here to some degree. Of course, if Cody wins, there's going to be a riot, and you and I
We're going for a couches now.
movie release dates. Ken has the question.
All right, movie release dates, like Mark said. Final question is, the first Iron Man movie was released in what year?
Perfect round. Could be a perfect round for Cody Hall.
Could be.
Lon Harris. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cody Hall, your answer for
2008.
round.
Damn it!
It is in
I was
fact
1 year off!
That same year The Dark Knight came out.
Cody Hall has thrown a perfect round 1. And the crowd clearly favoring Cody. Lon Harris, to stay competitive at this point, your answer.
It's 2005.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Ken, before we ask Cody his bonus question, it will be a him and him only. Lon Harris will not be competing in this.
Didn't see that.
Here's something that's really interesting is that Cody Hall is now going to be up 8-5. As of right now, Lon Harris, step and step with Cody.
Cody Hall can join that club.
Before we go to round 2, where Lon will have an opportunity to come back here, maybe with one of his favorite categories. Cody Hall gets 1 bonus question. This is worth 1 point, Cody. There is no penalty for missing the question. And it is, from any category potentially, your question is, in what 1980s movie will you hear the quote, "If it bleeds, we can kill it"?
Okay, everybody. I wasn't born in the 80s, I'm sorry. I don't know, Predator?
That's what I said too. Yeah! That was a complete guess on my part.
Well, I never seen it, but the Predators are hunting Arnold Schwarzenegger. If it bleeds, you can kill it. Now, come on.
Cody Hall has a
I'm virtually going to say Commando.
round 1.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
You can't actually guess when it's a formal exam. You have to speak from experience.
An answer's an answer, man. Yeah.
Look, Cody is from that generation that needs participation trophies. They need to be encouraged, and this is encouragement for Cody and his generation. This is what they need. It's cute, but now let's get to the actual part of it.
That's right. Cody Hall was born in, I believe, the year 2003. Lon Harris born during the Great Depression, and they're clashing together right now. And the wheel has come out in round 2, where fortunes can change based on which category the Wheel of Destiny spins. Each question in round 2 is worth 2 points. Again, there's no penalty for missing a question. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask for multiple choice, at which point you'll be presented.
Oh, Kurt Russell and Jeff Bridges, they look so alike.
I never get them confused. You got in my head because you confuse them.
Keep in mind, competitors, there is
psychological warfare.
In round 2, if the competitor
I do mix them up.
Question,
they look so similar.
I do in Jeff Bridges, but I could not get them out of my head, so I was just sitting there going,
You know what's also funny? With Jeff Bridges was the main villain in Iron Man.
Sports speak for you get to spin. Once you spin that wheel again, you must take whatever the wheel lands on. Cody Hall, you are in the lead against the odds by 4 points. Would you like to spin first or defer to your professor?
I'll go first.
All right, Cody's going to give it a big spin.
It sometimes puts the pressure on your opponent. It's a good strategy. I understand it.
Such a large lead, it might be hard and feel insurmountable.
Well,
Cody Hall massaging the wheel at the base, just like they teach you to do. There goes
for it, yes.
the spin, and it is mixed bag.
Nope.
Gonna go again.
No, that's good choice, man.
Cody Hall, give that a big spin for your mulligan. Here comes his category, Ken.
Good spin.
He went away from mixed bags. You gotta think Cody Hall is looking for something more recent, fair, like comic book movies.
Something he can control, a category he knows.
And it could be opponent.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
He's getting classics.
And this is where the teacher can really hold the iron over the student.
What
Lon
a
Harris.
wonderful educational opportunity this is going to be. I think we have to go with class.
Poor Cody. And poor Rainey.
Yeah, because you've been lighting it up in the classics.
I know. Check out my YouTube channel right now.
Administering the questions to
Oh, so
young
once I've
Cody
actually
Hall.
seen
Asking
though.
Lon the questions. Ken,
Oh, God.
please, let's see if Cody
Dog or
is
cat?
educated in the world of...
I think it's more like Tyler.
4 questions in the category.
Thank you, Tyler.
He giggles.
God damn.
In whose film does his character never speak?
Who's Jerry
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Lewis?
multiple choice on that one.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
A, the Big Mouth. B, Hardly Working. C, the Bellboy. D, Cinderfella.
A.
Is incorrect for Steele.
I believe it's the Bellboy, see?
God damn it! That's why I never go. I'm never doing it again. See from here on out.
That's why I would see.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
God damn, Tyler.
Second question.
Go check yourself.
Classic
This is a
comic
station,
features a
man.
leper,
Classic.
Catherine Hepburn,
I just saw this
and
today.
Cary Grant.
Oh, fuck. What did you watch today? I didn't.
Ken, I'm gonna go multiple choice again on that.
Yes.
Oh, I saw this movie today!
Alright, what'd you see
B,
today?
Oh,
Baby
fuck
Blue.
me. It's
C,
not that.
Some Like It Hot.
That's not my dad.
And we got a 5, 4.
D.
That is correct for a point. That is correct for a point.
Ken, I don't even know if he knew the name of the movie.
What's bad? They're in the movie together.
And that was enough to get him a
Fuck!
You got so excited.
You're a wonderful
I've done that
guesser.
before.
Thank you.
Third
Let's see the
question
movie today. What coincidence
Who
is
plays
that?
seasoned and crooked Senator Joseph Harrison Payne in the classic Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
Multiple choice, please.
This may not be it.
Can you repeat it?
That is one
JTE rule.
Who plays seasoned and crooked Senator Joseph Harrison Payne in the classic Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
Yeah, multiple choice.
A. Claude Rains. B. Clark Gable. C. Lee Marvin. D. Edward Arnold.
You know, Tyler?
I haven't guessed it yet, so let's go C.
That is incorrect for Steele.
D. Edward Arnold.
That is incorrect as well.
B.
Claude Rains.
I was wrong too.
Okay, so Ken, Cody kind of
Gone with the wind, guy.
navigated through this category thus far. One more question remains, and this does ensure that he will still have some semblance of a lead once he is done with this very brutal category.
Yeah, let's get out of this shit.
All right. Final question. What 1950s classic adventure film that is based on a novel was directed by John Huston and starred Gregory Peck and Orson Welles?
What's that famous Orson Welles?
And you're not going to believe this, but I'm going to go multiple choice again.
A. The Thornbirds. B. The Scarlet Letter. C. Moby Dick. D. The Golden Bowl.
5, 4,
That's
A.
Incorrect for Steele.
The Golden Bowl.
Incorrect. Looking for Moby Dick. Moby Dick.
Professors suck at
Alright,
classics.
so Ken, it is
You got
now
it, you got it,
10
got
because
it.
Cody did get a point, and there also got a point, so it's still
Oh,
a 4
yeah, I've
either
given up
way.
on my
Here's the
C this
interesting
round.
scenario to remember, is that classics was
Oh,
considered a
it's
strength of the professor, and that's now
Should've
off the
done all
wheel,
Cs.
so he's going to
I
have to
would've
spin
got 2 at
something
least.
else, and the
I
points
didn't
he
get
did
any.
have with classics have been severely diminished because Cody
Yeah.
kept checking
Gotta do
multiple
2
choice.
of them.
Absolutely.
That's why you
Come on,
do
Harris,
C
you know
every
how to spin.
fucking
Looking
time.
for German
That's why you go C, because he always go C.
Why did I not do
My spin was better.
C's?
My spin
I
was
broke
clearly
my own
better.
dumb
You're
roll.
wishing one hand and crapping the other, Ken.
We have yourself to blame.
And it's going to land on, that could be spinner's choice. No,
Coming of age. Coming of age.
I think I will spin it in.
He's going to
Yeah.
Lon Harris does not enjoy watching young
I want
people
Tim
fall in
Burton.
love.
Was Tim Burton on there, or was it just Tim Burton's face on
Good spin by the
there?
professor.
That's
The
a much
professor's
better
been using
second spin.
the college gym.
So,
Yeah,
gymnastics.
Tim Burton's.
All right, we could have director,
Oh,
family films,
no.
appears to be the
Come on.
I don't have a
Daddy
family.
needs a comeback.
All right, Lon Harris, family films. You know, Ken made the joke about Cody watching them later on tonight. Maybe Cody gets a pizza because he also could be walking away here with a win, and this category is going to go a long way to determine that. Your first question, Lon, to you and to you only as of right now in the world of family films. What nickname was given to the intimidating duo of enforcers Fulton Reed and Dean Portman in D2, The Mighty Ducks?
I will have to go multiple choice for this inanely juvenile question.
All right. Is it A, Scare Pair, B, Bash Brothers, C, Dynamic Duo, or D, Bash and Dash?
I will go with B, Bash Brothers.
He got a point.
Damn it, that's what I was
He
going
got
to
a
do too.
point. And he is now 3 away from Cody Hall. Lon, your next question. What is the name of the lifeguard in the family classic The Sandlot?
I will again go multiple choice on this question.
All right, your options are: is it A, Haley Goodfarer, B, Wendy Peppercorn,
You see the Sandlot
C,
on there?
Julie Gaffney, or D, Sarah Santorelli?
I don't know what the goofiest.
Recognize B from this. I'll go with B, Wendy Peppercorn.
Give him another point.
Yeah!
That's right.
Give him another point.
I went with the goofiest sounding name. I was like, peppercorn? That sounds interesting.
Lon, you may not have won the favorite of the home
An
audience.
educated guess.
Tell you this, he is now 1 correct answer away from possibly tying. You could still have a lead going into round number 3. Your next question. What pizza chain delivers to Michelangelo through the drainage grate in 1990's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Made a joke about this.
This is easy.
I'll go multiple choice again.
You gotta be shitting me.
I
Come
specifically
on.
in the syllabus mentioned mutated reptile question. Very very disappointed.
Maybe Cody handing you a Silvis at the end of this match. Is it A, Domino's, B, Godfather's Pizza,
Of course it's C.
C, Pizza
God damn.
or D,
Oh, why they go to
Mazzio's
Pizza Hut when they are in New York? It's crazy.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. It's
I will guess
product branding.
C, Pizza Hut.
That is
Right.
incorrect. Cody
What?
Hall for the
I don't know for sure. Is it D?
That is correct.
Ready
Chris,
for
well,
Domino.
Domino's. Is the
What?
correct
The same
answer.
word.
It was Pizza Hut. With the Domino's.
On my phone. Thanks for the
I
message.
think it was Pizza Hut in
Domino's.
the remake.
Your last question. And if you get this
They
right
probably
out
something
and you
else in
multiple
the
choice, you
original.
will tie Cody Hall at 10 going into round 3.
I haven't
More
seen the
family
original
movies.
as a kid, though.
Mild-mannered Don Knotts leaves life as a milquetoast bookkeeper and begins a new life as a talking fish. In what live-action
Fuck.
animated film?
I believe it's the Incredible Mr. Limpet.
2 points for Lion.
Incredible what the?
And we are
Heard of that
tied
one.
at
Oh,
10.
boy, for
After
your
2
reference.
rounds, the all-important
I was
third
gonna
round,
put,
Ken. We're going in with a tie.
I don't fucking
am
know.
shocked at the way we ended up with this tie. How are you feeling about the Professor versus the
I
underdog?
am
Cody?
actually having trouble breathing, and it's not because I have most of my meals at Sizzler with the Professor. This is intense. I must admit that.
And you got to wonder if there's anything in that Silvis for either one on
Woo!
how to handle.
Barn burner over here. We got 5 to
Competitive
3.
in round 3, you're each going to get a series of
This
3
football is a
questions.
fixed game, man.
Questions are going to be determined by a number that you provide to us up
Come
here
down
at
these
the
last
answer
few
desk.
questions.
Because we're tied, but Lon Harris is the favorite in the match. He actually
Demolition
gets to give us
Man.
his 3 numbers.
Demolition
First, we're
Man.
gonna range from
Kevin
1 to
Costner.
20. Like I said, they
Kevin
correspond to
Costner.
3 different
I'm
movie
putting Kevin
categories.
Costner down
First
if it's
question is
anything comes close
Your
to
next
Kevin
question is
Costner
3
kind of
points,
movie.
and your last question is worth 5 points. Should we get that far? Again, there's no stealing in round 3, nor is there a penalty for missing a question. Lon, we're going to get your series of numbers first, from 1 to 20. What is your lucky draw?
I'll do 4, 9, and 15.
4, 9,
You suck!
and now Cody Hall, your 3 digits.
Let's go 3, 10, 17.
3, 10.
Great number!
A big fan of those numbers. Now, Cody Hall,
Okay, come
you are the underdog, so you will be answering the first
Okay,
question for
fine.
2 points. Your category, number 3, corresponds to war movies.
And the question is, 2-point question. Denzel Washington won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar in 1989 for his role in what war movie?
Just talk about this day with my parents.
Is that Glory?
That is correct.
Woo! Glory. Good movie.
I didn't know there was a Denzel War movie.
Yep. Morgan Freeman's in it too. It's a good movie.
Lon Harris, you are now up. Hopefully you do not utter a swear word after you answer this question.
Oh, God.
Horror thriller
Okay.
is your category. For 2 points, in the movie Evil Dead 2, what does Ash attach to the stump of his right arm?
That would be a chainsaw.
That's correct.
2
Oh,
points
shit.
for the Professor, and we are once again tied. We go back to Cody Hall count.
All right.
Oh, no, never seen
your
the movie.
next number was the number 10. Number 10, 3-point question in the category of comic book movies.
The strike.
3 points.
Thank you.
Who plays the primary villain, Chodowski, in the 2011
Oh,
movie The Green
damn.
Hornet?
I have this movie. I have no idea. I haven't seen it in so long.
I'm not even gonna guess.
Christoph Waltz.
That's correct.
Damn, how did he remember that? I went to the theaters and saw that movie 3 times and I couldn't remember who the fucking villain was.
Hey, I've never seen a movie and I couldn't remember that.
We'll see if Lon's 3-pointer is also a strength of his. Lon, you chose the number 9. That corresponds up here to an actress by the name of Angelina Jolie. The Angelina Jolie movies for 3 points. Your question is, for which film did Angelina Jolie receive her only acting Oscar win?
Film is Girl Interrupted.
We're tied again.
I never knew she was wonderful.
Tied again. And we go into round 3.
We can see Sucking Death.
Cody Hall, you used all your toes and fingers to select the number 17. That is the category of Oscar movie.
I'm safe.
Oh.
I'm safe.
This is a
This is
5-point
the end of Cody
question.
Hall.
Jeremy Irons won the Best Actor Oscar in the 1990 film. Please provide the name.
Always I'm safe.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
I'll repeat it a little more clear there. Jeremy. All right, there. Jeremy Irons won the Best Actor Oscar in 1990 for what film?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
1.
Incorrect. No answer. Reversal of Fortune, much like this game right now.
He's in that?
They're going back and forth all game. We are tied right now, and if you're joining us late, it's weird because this is on the internet. You can just go back and watch the beginning of the match first. In any event, it is 15-15. Lon Harris has one 5-point question. If he gets this right, he wins the match. If he gets it wrong, we go to sudden death overtime. The number that Lon Harris selected for his 5-point category was?
Number 15.
Number 15. That corresponds up here to the 1980s. 1980s movies. And your question is, in History of the World, Part 1, what actor plays Emperor Nero?
Where's that William?
3 points. That's one of my best scores.
That's Mel Brooks.
Incorrect. Dom DeLuise.
Who was it?
Dom DeLuise
Yeah, I can never guess
is
that.
the answer. And Ken, we got us an old-fashioned overtime match.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
In
For you to win,
overtime, each
there has to go into 5 questions.
gets their friend
You have to get all 5 of
on
those.
the desk. We're going to ask a question. And
I gotta fix every one.
category. The question is worth 1
Give the game
point.
you can
So
play
missing
it.
a question. What's going to happen is we ask the question up here. You guys do your best to write it down, a lot like round 1. When we ask you for the answer, we'll go name by name, show us what your best attempt at an answer was at the same time you verbalize it. We will not confirm or deny if that is the correct answer until we receive guesses from both competitors. The first person to gain a lead in overtime will be crowned the winner immediately. Do the competitors understand the rules I just read to you?
Absolutely.
Okay, we need a verbal combination, just like sitting in the exit row. Ken, you're up first.
All right, first question, sudden death overtime. What musical chronicles the signing of the Declaration of Independence?
Ken, who would have thought that Cody Hall could even take Lon Harris over?
It's amazing.
Pretty incredible.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
National treasure.
1776.
Cody Hall.
Nothing.
Damn, so close.
Woo! I got the lead! Fuck you, Tyler! He's never been your good luck charm again.
Congratulations, half the Van Dam is off to Lon, the Professor Harris, but Cody Hall. What fight, what spunk, what moxie that kid showed. He might not be done just yet in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
I don't want to say I'm to know it all, but all of you were disparaging Cody Hall earlier, saying he had no chance. I recognized his potential and built him up and infused confidence into Cody Hall. Cody Hall could go on to greatness, and that is thanks in part, large part, to what the professor taught him here today.
You know, every kid in college has that one professor that really steers them in the right direction. Lon Harris is probably never going to be that guy to anyone. However, Cody Hall, what a match he had today. Now we go to Perry Nemiroff, who was backstage with both an interview,
my girlfriend,
the loser, and the winner.
I don't think she knows that.
Terry, take it away.
Oh, she knows. She
hey guys, I'm here
yesterday.
with the Professor, Lon Harris. Lon, I have to be honest,
Maybe a
I thought
little
you were just
weirdo.
going to torpedo the motto "Stay in
Oh,
school"
okay.
with that match. It made me a little nervous.
Well, listen, a lot of the times you
sure.
come on too strong with a young person, they retreat into themselves, they give up. And what I want to do is encourage young Cody, let him know maybe there's an off chance that you could actually do well, and bring him into the fold, let him really experience the Schmoedown.
So what you're saying is that was all planned. You were never getting a little nervous that Cody might steal that win from you.
Was I getting nervous? No, I was not getting nervous. I mean, it was not planned, but it was my way of, being encouraging, being a good mentor, and being sort of, I don't want to say a father figure, but okay, I will say it, a father figure to young Cody.
So let's say you were being a professor for yourself after that match. Would you add anything to your own syllabus? Do you need to change what you're doing in all these?
Well, now that I realize how much of the Schmoedown's time is already spent on Sandlot sequels and Ninja Tortoise films, you know, maybe I'll spend a little bit of time looking at some of these sort of, you know, children's entertainment and brushing up on it. But I think overall, I still prefer.
Whatever, you didn't do very good in
You
classes
actually
either.
enjoy Mighty Ducks in the Sandlot, I have to say.
This was actually about D2, which I believe would be a follow-up to the original. I did not
A very good follow-up, might I add.
But
Alright, so you went after Cody in this match, and everyone was surprised that you picked Cody for your next match. Do you have your sights set on one of the top players now?
Well, yes, I do want to go for some of the top-tier talent, some of the strongest competitors in the Schmoedown, and that's why I've decided next I plan to challenge Christian.
Harlow?
No, Christian Rubalcaba, a.k.a. Cobster.
Well,
down, Cobster.
you know, going for someone who's 0-6 seems like it might be a smart move.
There's a theme to all of this, and
right.
young people with great potential that's going untapped, that's going sadly unrealized. And that's why I'd like to bring in Cody. Here is my wing. Come, join under my wing. I would like you to become my first acolyte. What are your plans for the future after this?
I guess I need to learn some stuff.
I would say you do, and I think that there is a room for you in my class. We will see about maybe one day moving you up in the class. For now, you'll start at the bottom of the class.
Yeah.
And we will train you, we will educate you, and hopefully within maybe a few years, who knows, 7, 10, 12 years, you too could be competing at a high Schmoedown level.
It could happen. I'm excited.
And who knows, Lon, you might actually learn something from Cody too, and everyone could become better players. No?
Oh, no. Okay, I didn't.
Hey,
Yes, but sure.
Give yourself a little credit after that match.
Okay, fine.
Glad we settled on that. All right. Congratulations, guys. Have fun doing the whole acolyte thing, whatever that is. Back to you guys.
Ken, if you thought the match itself was surprising, how about what just went down backstage? Enemies becoming friends, generations melding into one.
I mean, I'm looking at the syllabi provided here, the copies by the professor, and Cody is very smart. He saw what he almost accomplished today, and he realized to get to the next level, he must learn more. At the foot of the professor, it makes perfect sense to me.
This is a great syllabus. The last movie that was required viewing on here, Resident Evil Extinction in the year 2007, and then he says, I'm just kidding, Cody, you've watched quite enough of this garbage. No more films based on video games for you, and it's clear that Cody now has somebody to mentor him through the movie Trivia Schmoedown Waters. Very shocking development here, Ken, and let's talk about the match itself. Cody really hung in there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I told you up top, Cody has it in him. He sits there every day, pressing buttons, watching movie talk. All these titles kind of roll around his head. He just doesn't know what to do with that knowledge. Maybe now he'll get that. And the professor, look, some stumbling blocks. We all know in the competition, under the lights, sometimes things happen. That doesn't take anything away from his knowledge. He, going forward, has to be considered for a championship title run.
1776, great year for our country, not so much for Cody Hall anymore. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, and do not forget to check out the movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Go there and support it.
Everyone can have a
More
bad
great
game,
matches
so.
like this one.
Challenging
Subscribe right here to
Cobster.
Collider Video. Check out the Facebook page, Movie Trivia Schmoedown, and check out the Schmoedown Rundown on iTunes. Ken Napsok,
Did you see someone commented on
joining us here today.
You guys
Welcome your future
missed the
crowd.
end credit
Really,
scene.
Mark
It's
Baby,
like, yeah,
Garrett
but
Ellis,
it's all
signing off. We'll be real soon here on the
No one
Movie
wants to
Trivia.
smell
That's not what you said, but...
What did I say? Oh, I said, no, we caught it later.
What's up, Schmoedown fans? Frank here.
Okay, we'll
And
watch it.
what
Frankie Lumbus.
just happened? Let's talk about it.
I can't even do it. You know how hard it's going to be for me to edit out those stupid commercials?
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
And I can't just leave them in there. Because when I export it, it won't export them with the commercial in there.
People just need to do stuff for free. Quit wanting to get paid for it.
Fuck this game. I quit.
No, you don't.
I'm never playing this again.
Oh, you will.
I'm retiring.
No, you're not.
Retired on top as the 2017
With a losing record in
Easy
2018.
Cage Show champion.
Overall champion?
Overall champion, yeah. I'm LeBron. I'm the champion. I'm the GOAT.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, 3 points. That's the greatest.
I don't even know what's next.
Next week's the Inner Geekdom 5-way.
Sweet.
So
I'll do great at that.
So
I always do good.
I'll go 3-1. You beat me the last one.
Did I?
Yeah.
How did I pull that shit off?
It was basically all comic book movies.
Let's do that again. No Lord of the Rings, no Harry Potter. Definitely no Harry Potter.
Well, I'd say all Harry Potter. And then,
and now you've watched the Trek movies, so I can't even wing an answer on that one anymore.
Yeah. And then there's 3 next week. Actually, there's 4 Schmoedown starting next week. Because you have the Ash vs. Evil Dead Schmoedown, Celebrity Schmoedown. And then they're having Ellis versus Snyder on Friday, and then it has an undercard match. So 4 Schmoedowns. We'll do them all at once.
All right. Well, until then.
All too easy.
Peace out.